get a sense of peace, calm, bit of respite as well would be very welcome. But what about all of those on the front line, the key workers, particularly the doctors, nurses and NHS staff who've risked their own lives caring for others? It appears an awful lot of them from the Royal Cornwall Hospital are going to be spending a bit of well-earned rest at Martha's Orchard. That's holiday accommodation at Constantine on the North Cornish coast. Patrick Langmaid is director of Martha's Orchard and is with me this morning. Morning, Patrick.
Oh, good morning, James.
Good morning. Great to have you with us. This is going to be entirely free for your guests, isn't it?
Absolutely, James. We feel that so many people across the county and the country have given so much during both the lockdowns, keeping shops open and supplied, but also with the NHS caring for us. And it's just our way of giving a little back.
And when you sort of put the offer out there, I mean, were you inundated? How did it work?
Well, funnily enough, I talked to one of your friends, Lawrence, who no longer broadcasts, but I talked to him on his afternoon show, and after that we were overwhelmed with interest, and because it was a Cornish broadcast, it was mainly Cornish interest. So whilst it was a national offer, we've actually got, out of the 21 holidays we've given away, 18 of them are staff from Trelisk, which is fantastic, and then there's another NHS care worker from elsewhere in Cornwall, and then there's a couple of others. There's somebody from a care home in London. It's absolutely wonderful.
It's an incredibly generous offer that you've made as well. I mean, it's going to be quite an expense for you as well, isn't it?
Well, it is, but we're not really looking at that. If you wind the clock back till March, we were very, very worried. Zero bookings, cancellations, refunds, rearranging dates. It was all about managing losses, and we were hemorrhaging cash, and we were very, very worried about the future for ourselves as a business. And of course, all I was worrying about was business. I wasn't worried about the bigger issues that people who were actually providing healthcare and dealing with the problem on the front line were having to deal with. But I'm just so grateful that we have survived so far. We're still standing. We were worried about what the future held, very worried. And it's just a way with Christmas around the corner of saying thank you to people who gave so much to basically to keep Britain going whilst businesses like mine were in lockdown. Okay, yeah. We were suffering. Hospitality has suffered badly.
Absolutely.
And much of hospitality is still suffering.
Interesting what you say, that, you were sort of head down trying to make your own living survive and thrive as best you could. What do you think was the turning point for you when you suddenly thought, hold on a minute, what about all those other people that I can help?
Well, the turning point for us came in June, really, when it became clear that we were going to be allowed to reopen in some form. And that was the point at which I was able to take a deep breath, a sigh of relief, and realise that we were going to survive. I mean, that was the point, actually, that bookings were coming in, and from people who were wanting to get some sense of normality back. And once we realised that the tide was turning, we just thought, well, you know what? Now's the time to put plans in place to say thank you. So it was really by July, August, we were thinking of how we were going to say thank you, James.
Well, it's a fabulous offer, it really is, and I'm delighted so many people have taken you up on that generosity. Patrick, great to talk to you this morning. Thank you very much for being with us. Patrick Langmaid, there, director at Martha's Orchard, and great to hear so many people working on the front line at the NHS are going to benefit from those free breaks at that holiday accommodation. Talking to me here on BBC Radio Cornwall this Wednesday morning.